What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Teasing, and yeah, I'm back with another video. Yeah, man, it's been a minute, I know, man, but yeah, I'm back with a video. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please join the family. And yeah, let's go into this video. Let's go. So fortunately, I wasn't able to entirely film the whole process. I actually had issues when I was filming the part where I was lining up the hair. Oh man, it's all good. Basically, I'm going to show you guys how to how to really blend about fade, and this time around we're giving him a drop fade, you feel me? So let's get into the video. Yeah, so my client asked me to take down his hair to a specific length that I feel will be okay for him. So I took out my number 4 guard with the level fully closed. I am taking the hair down to a specific length that I feel will be okay for him. And this time around, you have to go over it. I'm going over it multiple times, so I'm sure I take it down to the required length that I wanted to go down to. Sometimes the hair can be quite stubborn and we want to go down to the required length, so it's something you have to make sure you do like about 2-3 times. I mean, to take it down to that required length that you want to take it to. So now the first thing I'm gonna do is creating my bald line. And this time around, I'm using my trimmer to create my bald line. It's a drop fade, right? So I'm starting relatively very low, and I don't want to go up too much, so I'm starting relatively very low. If you don't have your trimmer, you can also use your clipper, but make sure your clipper is zero gapped, and make sure it doesn't overlap each other. You get what I mean? So yeah, I turned my trimmer the other way around, and I am clearing that side. And then as I'm doing that, there's this trick that I do. Whenever you're creating an arch line with either your trimmer or your clipper, you always want to go back and turn your trimmer or your clipper the other way around, and to make sure you touch the bald line that you created. This is like just touching it, just softening that part up, so when you advance to trying to blend it out, it won't be complicated or be difficult for you. It's something that, since you've already softened it up, you'll be able to easily blend out and without any complications. Now what I want to do right here is I want to remove the bulk from the point at which I'll start my blending to the hair. Now how would I do that? I'm putting my number 2 guard with the level fully opened. With the level fully closed. I am carefully debunking and taking out that hair, the bulk of air from where I'm going to start my blending to right where the hair is. I'm also using my number 1 guard with the level fully opened. I'm going with the grain, taking down the hair so I can have enough space to work with. I'm going to be able to see what I want to work with. So because sometimes when the hair is bulky, it tends to give you a little more difficulty while blending. But when you take everything down, or when you debunk it down, and you are able to see the space at which you're going to work with, it's easier for you to comb through. It's easier for you to brush down. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So right here, I'm creating my second guideline. The level fully open. I'm creating my second guideline about a finger's width this time around, and just making sure it is. You just want to make sure it is uniform around the hair. Take your time. You don't have to rush the process. This is something that you don't have to rush, but still don't take too much time. But something you just have to calm down and do, and follow the steps religiously, and you're good to go. Now we want to take out the first guideline, which is our about line. What you're gonna do, you're gonna raise your level fully closed, zero gap clipper, and I am carefully flicking out that line that I created. Now I do it in 3 phases, like I've already said in my previous videos. Whenever I clean up the first line, and then I reduce my clipper halfway this time around and go up a notch for transition, and then after I'm done with that, I reduce it fully open and then I take it up a notch to make sure it is neat. These 3 processes, I'm going to make sure you clean out that first guideline efficiently, cleanly, and make sure that it is nice as possible. I want to advance to the next stage, which is creating our third guideline. Now with the number 1 guide, with the level fully opened, I am creating my third guideline about close to an inch this time around, close to the parietal ridge, but not deep into the parietal ridge, if you get what I mean. Now I'm creating my third guideline with the number 1 guide, with the level fully opened, and as I'm doing this, I always want to make sure to brush the hair back. This is very important whenever you're trying to blend the hair. Whenever you take it up, it's like you're opening a book. Whenever you open a book, you always want to close it back. If you feel me. So that's the same thing. The comb is actually bringing the hair back into the pattern to make sure you see exactly what you're doing. Whenever you're taking your clipper or your guard up, you always want to brush the hair back in place. This is to give you a sense of direction and sense of knowing where to exactly put your clipper, because if you don't comb down or brush down, you are leaving your work rough. So I actually skipped the part that was where I used my number 1 guard with the level fully closed. But yeah, I'm coming in with my classic number 1 guard, but I use it as my 0 guard. So with the classic number 1 guard with the level fully closed, I am carefully flicking out that line created with my number 1 guard with the level fully open, and I use the corner of my blade, and this is something that takes time, but to me it is more effective. You always want to use the corner of your blade sometimes, in most cases, to avoid making mistakes, or as a rookie, to avoid making mistakes. But I find it the go-to method for me to use the corner of my blade, so every time to blend it, take my time and make sure it is neat as possible. Now it's time for the transition into the hair, if you know what I mean. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the thick bulky hair close to his powder ridge. I used my number 2 guard with the level fully closed to carefully flick out that area. And now what I'm doing here is I'm carefully I'm doing a freehand trim on the side of his hair. This is to give me a clear picture of how the shape of his hair will look like, and so I can easily spot out the bulky hair at the powder ridge, which I'll be able to clear out now. I'm using my number 1 guard with the level fully closed to lay that hair down, or to take down the hair a bit, to debunk the hair at the powder ridge, which I'll come in with my number 1 guard in the opposite direction to carefully flick out the area. Now with my number 1 guard with the level fully open, I am carefully debunking that area, or making the transition to the hair. Now what I'm doing is I'm carefully flicking out that area to make sure it is neat as possible. You want to make sure you take your time while doing this. Chill and make sure you take your time while doing this. Something that is kind of like a very important aspect too, because you're connecting the hair to whatever blends that you've done. So I'm using the corner of my blade. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm carefully flicking out with the corner of my blade and making sure there is this neat transition. So now what I'm just gonna be doing right now is detailing. Detailing is an integral part, and actually I'll say most important aspects in whatever you're doing, whatever haircut you're doing. You always want to make sure to rest your eyes, check the mirror, and rectify other things that you cannot easily see with your eyes due to fatigue or stress. Calm down, and detailing is what separates you from other barbers and make your work unique. You feel me? YouTube, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to film when I was lining up the hair, but yeah, this is my client. He came in looking rough and asked for me to, do my thing, and yeah, man, I did my thing. Let's go. YouTube, this is the haircut, and yeah, my man is looking fresh. As you can see, the hairline is crispy. This is the drop fade. Yeah, man, if you enjoyed the video, man, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy TZ. Peace and love.